I think the high intensity exercise is great, but you've got to build up to it. Burpees for most people, I do not think is a really good exercise to do because of the sag of the lower back and just common conditions that we see for a long period of time. But yes.
Do you think that exercise should be kind of prescribed per individual, the way like people eat?
I think the high intensity exercise is great, but you've got to build up to it, right? You know, if you're going to run a marathon, you know, people are smart. So they start slow and they build into it, right? I think overhead presses and some of the exercise I see on a routine basis, burpees for most people, I do not think is a really good exercise to do because of the sag of the lower back and just common conditions that we see for a long period of time. That's why with exercise, everybody's an individual where, like, if you said, hey, I want to set a PR, if I'm up to something, hey, it's a different focus. So then we got to have to work you through that kind of stuff. But if you're like a normal person, my wife in the background, she wants longevity. Her thing is she wants to be fit ever since she met my 96-year-old grandmother this summer. She wants to be healthy when she's old. And I think everyone has that short-term effect when it comes to health and not looking at it from a long-term perspective.
Is it analogous to like an engine? If you hit it too hard, too fast, too soon, is it going to wear out? And the same thing is with our bodies?
Well, it goes back to then what are they bringing in the body? Are they resting? Are they recouping? So when we say exercise, nutrition, rest, rehab, that's a great question because, hey, if you keep yourself together and you're training smart, you're bringing the proper nutrition in, you're doing the myofascia, the releasing, getting some rehab, I think you can work that. Just like a race car. You know what I mean? They tune race cars. There's a reason why they have mechanics and they pull in there and they do all that kind of stuff. So this day and age too, it's like everyone sits all day long. I thank the Lord that I don't have to sit for a living, you know, because when I go to seminars and I sit, the upper back, you can just feel it. So, you know, we got to stand up and desk and I was sitting in a better position. You know, and so what's gotten popular, Adrian, with instead of sitting is standing. But I'm not sure standing in one spot all day long and standing there is great either. So, you know, I try to teach people sit, stand, shift a little bit, maybe get like an exercise ball. You got to keep moving, right? That's the key.
Thanks for listening to the Adrian Sinclair Show. You can find previous episodes on the Apodcast multi-channel network at apodcast.com. You can also stream this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and other audio platforms. And if you subscribe to our weekly newsletter, you'll get convenient short summaries of podcasts you may have missed. So check it out. And lastly, please, please, please support us by sharing our episodes on social media. We really appreciate it. Thanks.